Welcome to the pursuit of being a stand-up leader. I'm Jared Whitman with Whitman Media, and I'm here with John Russell of the Business Source. And we're going through John's book chapter by chapter. Today, we're talking about following up with customers. John, why don't you start us off?
Right. I love this subject because I'm a customer service nut. And while I have room for improvement, it is always at the top of my mind. And I'll just dive right into it. I'm amazed when I learn that a company, especially the owner of the business, does not follow up with customers. I know presidents, CEOs, general managers, vice presidents, people with big titles are too busy
Right.
to follow up with customers.
Yeah.
And I think that's a mistake. Yeah. Now, it's one thing if there's a position created inside the company and that person, part of their role and responsibility is to follow up with customers.
Yeah.
For the president, for the CEO, for the general manager.
Yep.
I get that.
Yep.
But nothing sends a bigger message than when the owner of the company calls and says, "Hey, I see we've done some business together. I just want to call you up and thank you and ask if there's anything else we can do for you." And the jaw dropping on the other end of the phone usually is the sound of the customer going, "I can't believe I got a call from the owner who actually knows me."
Yeah.
He cares or she cares.
Yeah.
So, after the product or service is delivered, this follow up is so easy and essential. Make follow up part of your sales process. When the sale is made, the salesperson or the owner notes in their planning calendar to make follow up call to confirm that what you've provided for them exceeds their expectations. Hello. I can't be any more clear. When people do business with a company, they have a specific reason for that, and they have a specific desired outcome from their purchase. And it's really cool if the person that you bought it from calls up and says, "Did we meet your expectations?"
Yeah.
It's so simple.
I think it's important too, because then you're able to kind of take a step back, take a look at your company from a different perspective, from the customer's perspective. If you're not exceeding that customer's expectations, right, what are you doing wrong, and what can you do better to make sure it doesn't happen again, and how can you make it better for that customer?
People make mistakes.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity to win a customer for life. If there was something that didn't go well and you call and you given the chance to fix it,
yeah,
it's an immediate customer connection,
yep,
relationship, customer for life. I understand that when making follow-up phone calls are not possible, the most common excuse I hear is we don't have time to
right,
follow up.
Yeah.
We're too busy. Yeah. We don't have anybody on staff that's qualified to confirm that the customer is incredibly happy with their purchase. The easiest way to make this happen is to make it part of your sales process.
Yep.
Write it down.
Yep.
Step number 4.
At this point, this happens.
Right. And get a calendar out. Yep. Because it's not a one and done. Another mistake people make. They'll make a quick call after the contract hits the fence, and everybody's really happy. And then that's it. Yeah. Thanks for the contract.
Right.
Yeah, great. I got your money.
I think, following up with the customer every step of the process and checking in with the customer is important, because that lets the customer know that you haven't forgotten about them. Right. Hey, I kind of do this with my customers, hey, this is where we're at with your project. Your project's coming up. We have a couple more projects in the pipeline, but we're going to get to it at this time. I'll follow up with you when we start working on your project, or where we're at with the process of your project. And customers want to know where their stuff is,
where they stand,
where they stand.
What's
with your
the
company.
status?
Yeah.
And so, the other thing is a lot of people want to know about generating referrals and more new business. Well, the best source of new business and referrals is from your existing happy customers. Yep. So let's say somebody buys a new car and you call them up and say, "Hey, thanks for buying your car from us. How's it rolling down the road? Great. Man, the tire's still inflated? Yep. Everything good? Yep. Everything running good? The radio works? Yep. Okay, cool. So thanks for your business. I'll check in back with you later in a couple months. So 3 months later, it goes on to my planning sheet. 3 months goes by. Hey, this is Joe again. Hi, how's your car running? It's been 3 months now. Still rolling down the road. Yep, sounds good. Okay, 6 months goes by. This sounds ridiculous, right?
No, I don't think it's ridiculous.
12 months goes by. Hey, Jane, I wondered how it's been. Don, I haven't talked to you for a while since you bought your new Chevrolet from us over at the dealership, and it's been a year now. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
How are you doing with the vehicle? What's the vehicle like right now? Is it performing well for you? Are you having any problems? Do you have any questions? Boom. Another sale opportunity.
Yep.
It's so easy.
I think also like following up with customers, but following up with prospects as well. I'll check in with the prospects that I talked to 2 years ago. I just closed a client from 2 years back when I met them. It's just every so often, 3 months,
Right.
6 months, 12 months.
You're staying with them.
Staying on top and serving them with valuable information.
Right.
Hey, what are you working on? What are you struggling with
Really
right
good
now?
idea.
How can I be an asset to your company? Kind of planting those small seeds of how I can be helpful, how we can start doing business together, and then staying on top of being in communication.
If you're
with
doing
them.
that, you're successful just by that.
It's a good start.
Yeah, so one of the best feelings a consumer can have is to receive a phone call from the owner.
Yeah.
After a service is provided. To ask them, did we exceed your expectations? I can't bring that point home enough.
And I totally agree with that. Something that I've also kind of done is sending a handwritten thank you. Like, hey, thank you so much for working with us.
So part of the plan.
Well, and not even really asking for a call to action.
Just a thank you.
Just thank you for giving us the opportunity to tell your story.
Right.
Thank you for the opportunity to work with you on this project. Thank you so much for trusting us to help you boost your brand presence,
That would
brand
be
awareness.
Best practice.
Yeah.
Everybody should do that. And it's hard because you got to do it.
Right.
At the end of the day, when you're tired and you got all this stuff to do and tomorrow, who wants to take the time?
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't take more than 2 minutes to write a handwritten thank you and drop it in the mail. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes to schedule out when you should follow up with your customers, when you should follow up with your prospects. And then it doesn't take 2 minutes or more to give them a phone call and be like, hey, I'm just checking in with you.
Right.
I'm just following up with you.
Right.
Either if they're a current customer or a prospect, it comes down to having effective communication throughout whatever type of process you're in, whether they're a customer or a prospect, if they're in the beginning stages, middle stages, or following up end stages.
Right.
Communication is so prevalent, so key, and following up with your customers is extremely important.
It's another important step to lead to more new business.
Yes.
So a lot of the times when I'm coaching people and I ask them to call the customer and ask if we have exceeded their expectations, I also will consider saying, I'm glad to hear we've exceeded your expectations, met and exceeded your expectations. Thanks again for doing business with us. Would you be comfortable giving us a Google review?
Oh, yeah. Asking for reviews.
Yeah, if they're really happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the people who are unhappy. Well, you're trying to prevent that from happening. You can prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
You can almost repair anything that goes wrong.
Yep.
Almost. But there's nothing like having a happy customer who is going to tell all their friends. They're going to give you a 5-star review on Google and write about how great your follow-up is. And they're going to send customers your way. They're going to want to do more business with you. It's a total win-win situation.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is treat the customer follow-up equally important as the initial sale.
Yep.
How much does it cost to get a new customer?
A lot.
How much does it cost to keep a customer?
A lot.
If you follow up with them, it costs less.
Exactly.
And that's the key.
Yep.
So make the promise to follow up easy. Put it in your calendar, assign it so that it happens to the person who's responsible for making that customer happy, and make it a part of your everyday business and not a side issue,
Right.
not an afterthought.
Yeah. It's about making it about the people. And then when you make it about the people, whether that's employees or customers, in any situation that we've covered in your book, you're going to make the people happy. People are going to make your business happy, and that you just grow together. Right. Huge opportunity.
So treat following up with customers equally important as making that first sale.
100%.
Thanks for being with us today. Look forward to seeing you again next time.